Welcome into NFL Daily. I am your host, Tom Downey, here with the Chat Sports Way Too Early 2021 NFL Power Rankings because Super Bowl 55 is over. And oh, look, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady are your champions. Brady was very efficient. The Bucs defense was fantastic. Imagine telling someone Patrick Mahomes was going to go 26-49 with 2 interceptions. It was absolutely insane. A lot of penalties early, by the way, that favored the Buccaneers went against the Chiefs. So, was it rigged? Get your votes in here. Y for yes and for no. Was Super Bowl 55 rigged? Now, I think most of you guys know the correct answer here. Aisha Curry chimed in, allegedly. I've lost all respect. Sorry, this is absolutely rigged for money or ratings. I'm not sure which. I won't be silent. Just saw it live. Sorry, that's what she said. You can look at the timestamp to prove exactly what she said, of course. It was pretty wild, right? Great game, though, in the end, at least if you're a Bucs fan or a Tom Brady fan. So what we're going to do now is take a look at 32 to number 1, the 2021 NFL Power Rankings. We'll go a bit quicker at the bottom teams so that when you guys get mad at us, you won't be that upset in the end. All right, number 32, the Houston Texans. I don't think Deshaun Watson's going to be there next year. And even if he is, they won 4 games. The New York Jets, Jacksonville Jags, their futures look bright, but it's not going to be an overnight turnaround. The Lions at number 29, we'll see how good Jared Goff ends up being, I guess, but they're probably entering a rebuilding phase as well. Something the Bengals have been stuck in for several years, by the way, a rebuilding phase. We'll see if Joe Burrow's even good to go for week 1. The Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants, 2 NFC East teams on there. Uncertainty about what Philadelphia is going to do at the quarterback spot. They have no cap space, a lot of roster spots to try and fill. It might be kind of a punt year for them. Denver, if Drew Lock has the breakout year, they're going to be way higher. Is that going to happen, though? I'm unconvinced. The Giants, I simply don't believe in Daniel Jones. Neither does the Chat Sports staff. You guys have a chance, though, to drown out the alleged hate from the Chat Sports crew here by shouting out your favorite team in the comment section. I will make this the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get the ad break here on YouTube, scroll on down, get your votes in, let us know who your favorite team is. Number 24 and number 23, 2 NFC South teams, the Panthers and the Falcons. Not quite ready to take that big-time leap like the Bucs just took, but also not a bottom 5 team in the NFL. The Patriots at number 22, their ranking is going to depend on what quarterback they end up getting. If they roll with a Cam Newton 2020 version-esque player, they're going to be back here again. If they get a better one, well, they'll move on up. That's why it's way too early. Everything's going to change, guys. Minnesota at number 21. Defense wasn't that great. Kirk Cousins was okay. We'll see about Minnesota going forward. Now I want you guys to let me know the most underrated team for this upcoming 2021 season. Underrated. So don't give me like the Chiefs, for example. Give me a not great team, or at least a team not viewed as great that you think is going to have a big-time season. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Number 20, 19, 18, 17, all right here. And as it happened to turn out, there's a very common theme here. Major quarterback uncertainty. Who's it going to be for Washington? Their roster is good, just like the Bears have a very good roster, but we don't know what their quarterback's going to end up looking like. The Bears, is it Wentz? Is it Trubisky, Foles, somebody else? The Saints, I don't think they have Drew Brees back. I like their team. I refuse to believe in Taysom Hill. If they roll with him, they're going to be around 500. I like the Colts roster, but again, who's their quarterback? Can't be Jacob Eason. Who will it end up being? So this little grouping of 4 here, I think at least, has the most potential to drastically change as we move forward through the offseason. If one of those teams gets a big-time quarterback, they're going to jump way up. Now, I'm trying to make sure that things rise for you guys on Valentine's Day, chatsports.com/flowers. You do not want to be caught not having anything for your significant other. And frankly, flowers alone do not cut it. You got to get a little bit more than that. So if you head over to chatsports.com/flowers, I'll put the link in the comments and in the description, you can save 15% off, not just on flowers, but all of their little gift baskets. Pro tip, get the sweets packages. because I like to eat candy. Everyone likes candy or chocolate or something, or donuts, for example. They got all kinds of stuff, right? That way, whatever you buy for your significant other, you get some as well. It's a bit of the old win-win right there. So head over to chatsports.com/flowers, save 15%, and do not delay since Valentine's Day is almost here. The Arizona Cardinals, number 16, are they this year's version of the Cleveland Browns, the team we bought into the hype on last year, but it was a year too early? Maybe. I'll be upright and honest here. I don't believe in Cliff Kingsbury. That's why they're number 16. And they were actually lower for me than some of the other Chat Sports members were, so blame me if you want in the comments. Number 15, the Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr played pretty well. The offense was pretty good. The defense was not. If they can upgrade that defense, they are going to be a playoff threat once again, much like they've been for the past 2 years before the back end of the schedule kind of faded at least a little bit. The Dallas Cowboys check in at number 14, and there was no team that led to a bigger gap between the highest rated and the lowest rated on our rankings. As high as 11, as low as 20. I think they're going to win the NFC East if, of course, they end up keeping Dak Prescott, because that division is still not that great, even if their defense is still probably going to be not good in 2021. So again, Cowboys check in there at number 14. Maybe they'll end up being a Dak stays healthy defense, gets average play in the end. But predict the NFC East winner for me. Type C for the Cowboys, E for the Eagles, W for the Washington football team, or type in G for the Giants. I'm a bit surprised by where this team ended up checking in. The Chargers at number 13. The Justin Herbert hype is real. I did not have them this high. Other people did, and I ended up getting outvoted. But I like Brandon Staley. Justin Herbert looked fantastic in year one, and maybe in year two. At long last, two things that have plagued the Chargers will end. Number one, they'll be able to stay healthy. And number two, they'll actually win close games. Maybe it's the year they check in at number 13 on our way too early NFL power rankings. Now, we don't just do power rankings here, of course, at Chat Sports. We do all the latest NFL news, the rumors, trade destinations, and yes, NFL mock drafts as well. We got NFL videos every single day for you guys. So if you want to stay updated on everything going on around the NFL as the offseason fully gets underway, hit that big red button and subscribe. The Steelers next up here, an interesting team because I don't trust their quarterback situation. Then again, they still win the playoffs, had a great regular season before kind of collapsing down the stretch. I think they deserve some respect. A team, I would argue unquestionably so, on the rise right now, the Miami Dolphins. I think Tua is going to be the guy, but if not, it's like Deshaun Watson. It's even higher, right? I believe in this team. I believe in Brian Flores. Just outside the top 10, which is where the Cleveland Browns check in. And this isn't that crazy of a take, and it's the Browns in the top 10. God, I love 2021. They closed the season strong last year, and they didn't have Odell Beckham. Now they can get some more pieces on defense as well, get healthier on that side of the ball. And maybe it's still the Ravens in the AFC North, but this Browns team's actually pretty good, guys. All right, the Titans check in at number 9. Again, the playoff struggles are real, but don't discount everything they do in the in the regular season because the postseason hasn't been great, right? Tannehill's played great. Henry's played great. The defense needs help, but this Titans team is still pretty darn good. Before we get to our top 8, who is the most overrated team for 2021? Maybe the team we haven't even gotten to yet. But get your votes in for me in the comments section. The most overrated team in 2021. How about the Niners here? Number 8 overall. There's a common theme you're about to see, by the way. What's their health situation? What's their quarterback spot like? They're not that far away from, in reality, being a team that should have won the Super Bowl. Like, they were that close, and they could not finish off the game there. If they can get better quarterback play and get their defense healthy, they're going to be a force to be concerned with once again. All right, the Seahawks are number 7. I like Russell Wilson. I actually like the hire of Shane Waldron as their new offensive coordinator. They're a little bit tight on both cap space and draft capital, but they're a good football team. What knocks down Seattle in the end is having to play in the toughest division in football. In all honesty, the Rams, Seahawks, Niners, ranking those three, profoundly difficult. All three of these teams are legitimate playoff contenders if they're healthy and if they get good quarterback play. And they got the Cardinals, too, who are still a threat. Now, I think the Matthew Stafford hype train is a little bit out of control, but he should have success. The defense should still be pretty solid. So who will win the NFC West? Type SEA for the Seahawks, ARI for the Arizona Cardinals, LAR for the Rams, or simple SF for the 49ers. In the top 5 and the 5 through, I would argue 13, which is actually pretty difficult. We got the Baltimore Ravens here. They need better passing from the quarterback in Lamar Jackson, although maybe getting a new passing game coordinator will end up helping them in that area. The defense should still be pretty solid. I'm not going to write them off yet just because of a couple rough playoff games by Lamar. All right, I felt pretty good about our top 5 or top 4, but you could argue about the actual order here. The Green Bay Packers, we'll see if we get angry Aaron Rodgers once again. The defense needs some more help. Kevin King got to get out of there. But they are one of the best teams in the NFC. I like what Matt LaFleur has done. They are well deserving of at least a top 4 spot. Number 3, the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen might be here to stay, folks. I don't think it's just a one-year flash in the pan. The defense could use some more help. The ground game could use some more help, but they're not paying Josh Allen a lot, at least not right now. I think this Bills team will be back once again in the Super Bowl discussion come playoff time next year. Number 2, we put the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this was a point of contention here at Chat Sports. I firmly believe that when you win the Super Bowl, you deserve to be number 1 to kick things off in the NFL Power Rankings. The Chiefs were number 2. The offense struggled. I know the O-line was banged up, and Mahomes had no time, and a lot of his guys forgot how to actually catch the football, which was pretty weird. But the Chiefs did not have their best stuff in the game that matters the most. So if you want to blame me for putting the Chiefs at number 2, that is the only thing I will take personal responsibility for when it comes to this list. Hit me up on Twitter if you blame me at WhatGoingDowny. Now, by now, you guys can do, process of elimination. The Bucs are going to be number 1. So will they repeat next season? Type in 1 for yes, 0 for no. It is profoundly difficult to repeat. I'm going to lean no, but I do think they should be number 1 on our list. That's why the Bucs checked in at number 1. I don't know how Tom Brady does it, guys. It's ridiculous. He played a very solid game. The defense stepped up. He should be back next year. If he doesn't, things might change here on our list. But the Bucs are deserving of that number 1 spot. That's our NFL Power Rankings, the way too early edition. If you want to blame me, feel free at WhatGoingDowny.